and welcome back to Bookish Theories. Today we catch up with Stray Kids to take a look at mountains and all the references they included in the video. I'm also preparing a breakdown of Stray Kids by Stray Kids, but Stray Kids release faster than me, so please be patient because I'm sleep deprived. So, Mountains is a track co-written and co-produced by Racha, expressing the kids' endurance and ambition in achieving their goals. As the opening track of it, Mountains sets the tone for the album as a whole. It captures their desire to dominate, to climb the mountain of the music industry and stand tall as the heroes who made it. This is a track that focuses on the thunderous power of Stray Kids. Like they already said in Chick Chip Boom, they have no intention to change themselves or care about the opinion of others. They're loud, they're proud, and they're already walking with the confidence of a titan on their way to become actual titans of the music industry. After becoming the dreams they used to have, in the song Stray Kids refer themselves as a pantheon. This is a Greek word that means of all gods. It can refer to a temple dedicated to all the gods, but it can also refer to a collective of gods belonging to a specific religion. In Greek mythology, for instance, the pantheon is comprised of the 12 main gods worshipped back in the day, but now Stray Kids have become a pantheon of their own, taking over the Mount Olympus of the music industry against all odds. Now in the video, this concept is explored with Stray Kids playing the role of 8 gods on their quest to conquer the pyramid, a symbol of the mountain that they have to climb in their journey to success. This is not the first time the kids have a divine concept. They made some references to it back in Venom, for instance, not to mention that they were the thunderous Togebees back in Sorikun. This time they're taking a different angle, but the thunderous ones are still very much thundering. If we take a look at the MV, we can say that the story is divided into 3 main settings. You have the pyramid, which we'll come back to in a second, then you have planet Earth, which is a mess of fire and thunder, and then you have the God Office, where Stray Kids are chaotic gods that make a mess but also try to fix it. The setting of the God Office is actually inspired by the movie The Brand New Testament, which is a dark comedy about God living in Brussels with his wife and daughter. The God in the movie is a bit of a menace, to be honest. By writing down cosmic laws on his computer, God goes out of his way to make people's lives as miserable as possible. One day his daughter gets in his office and realizes what he's doing, so she rebels, hacks into his computer, and goes on a quest to create a brand new testament. In Mountains, the movie is referenced in a couple of different ways. The scene of Felix watering the city, for instance, is a direct callback to God creating a storm in Brussels. When he plays with the track, that's also similar to God creating a traffic jam just for the fun of it, and the same goes for the fire. The laws he writes on his computer, moreover, are the same laws that God writes in the movie to ruin everybody's day. In turn, the role of the daughter seems to be played by Hyunjin in the video. In Mountains, we first see him down on Earth. Like the daughter, he sees the mess that God is creating, so he sneaks into his office to try and fix the situation. This scene also references a couple of other movies, I think. On the desk, for instance, we see a note saying "From Human," which is something that reminded me of the prayers from Bruce Almighty. The background instead seems to be a callback to The Matrix, especially when Neo goes to visit the architect's room back in The Matrix Reloaded. Like in the Brand New Testament, The Matrix has a creator that messes with its creation and a chosen one that rebels and tries to fix the situation. In a similar way, Felix and Hyunjin seem to have similar roles in the video, but they're not the only ones. If we take a look at the video as a whole, Stray Kids are gods who are quite chaotic and messy. Like we see with Changbin and Hyunjin on Earth, they're right in the middle of the chaos, but they're also very much above it. We see Lino and Sumin playing chess with buildings, Sumin literally putting his hand down on the city. They're both cosmic entities and people thriving in the chaos that they create, which, if you think about it, is also very fitting with their Dokkaebi persona. In Korean mythology, the Dokkabis are tricksters. They are mischievous, they can do a lot of good and be helpful, but if you cross them, they can also be vengeful and fearsome. In the video, they seem to be a different kind of supernatural entity. They are more godlike and powerful, if you will, but the vibe is still the same. In the lyrics, they seem to have been inspired by Greek mythology, which, in terms of chaos and mischief, is just as fitting. They compare themselves to titans, they call themselves a pantheon, not to mention that we see a sign in the back referencing Mount Olympus, which is the mountain the gods live on in Greek mythology. And speaking of which, what if I told you that this is the name of the Greek goddess of mischief? I don't know if they know, but if they do, they really ate with that, and that's all I'm gonna say. Moving on to the rest of the video, it's time we go back to the void and take a look at the pyramid. As I mentioned before, this is the symbolic mountain the kids have to climb on their way to the top, and this is not something anybody can do. In the video, we see people longing to climb it but failing to do so, and these seem to be the same ones hunting them down and targeting them. Now, these visuals might be a way to show that the same people that hate and harass them are also the ones not good enough to even begin their climb to success. These people long long for the top but never leave the ground, and even if they want a piece of that success, they'll never be able to reach it. If you look closely, in the video we see that part of the pyramid is missing. The chunk seems to be inside of the cage, and the people try to break it, but they can't. They can touch what they desire, but Stray Kids are not like them. In the 8 documentary, Lino explained that the cage is supposed to represent a punishment, but in the video we see the kids playing with it like it's a walk in the park. What for others is difficult and unreachable, for them is easy because they're titans in the making. Incidentally, the cage might also be a reference to Deadpool and Wolverine, because in the void they end up in a spherical cage just as well. In the same scene, we also see Felix holding a silver apple. This can be a reference to the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but since there's a lot of focus on Greek mythology, I also think that it might be a reference to the apple of discord. In the myth, Paris has to give a golden apple to the goddess he thinks is the most beautiful among Aphrodite, Hera and Athena, and he eventually chooses Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. If the apple is a reference to that, then the video not only draws a comparison between Felix and Aphrodite, but it also implies that he is the winner. Stray Kids are the chosen ones among a sea of faceless people, and as they climb their way to the top, they're literally creating their own reality. By the end, we see that the Pantheon successfully brought peace into the world. There's no more storm, no more fire, no more mess. They did a great job, but this peace is not destined to last. In the final shot, we discovered that they basically tidied up like a kid hiding all the mess in the closet. They just locked the chaos behind the back door, but now the thunder is about to bust out again. At the end of the day, they're still the thunderous ones. No matter how chill they want to be, there's always a level of chaos lingering underneath, which, to be fair, is what makes Stray Kids who they are. Now, for now, this is all I have for you, but let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.